Has it been a good year for Transformers? A simple question with no simple answer. One which I'll try to find in this video. Hi, I'm Flames, and today we'll be taking a look back at everything that has happened this year regarding Transformers. After all, it's the 40th year anniversary. Surely that means that they put out nothing but bangers, right? Well, we'll see. As there's a lot of things to go over, from TV, film, toys, more toys, games, and more. Keep in mind though that a lot of what I'm about to say is just my opinion though. So if you disagree with me or think that it's the best year in Transformers history or the worst one, let me know in the comments or on my Twitter. So let's get on with it! So let's address the elephant in the room right now. The thing that everyone on Twitter and YouTube is panicking about. Transformers 1. Mind you, it's not because people think it's a bad movie. In the videos I've made and everything I've seen on Twitter, YouTube, Rotten Tomatoes, and other sites, it's been nothing but positive reviews and praise for the movie. From new and longtime fans as well. So, why is it causing so much panic? Oh. The box office. Yeah, this is a bit worrisome, as other movies have definitely been doing better than how TF1 is doing in the US right now. As of the recording of this video, it seems that The Wild Robot is actually going to do better box office-wise, to the dismay of TF fans on Twitter. However, I also want to say that this is not the end of the world. I've seen YouTube videos and Twitter threads saying that the film is doomed, because it cost around $370 million or something. But that's not the truth. The reality is that it's closer to something like $75 million only. However, this isn't great either. While a total of 46 million gross, as of the recording of this video, is still not great, keep in mind that half the world hasn't gotten the movie. China barely got the movie today, with some of my friends actually going to watch it later today, and the UK and other countries won't get the movie until October 15th at the earliest, I think. While I doubt only 2 countries will suddenly make the movie a huge hit, I don't think it will remain a flop as people think. If you remember Elemental from Disney, that film did awful on release date. Until a few weeks later, it suddenly got an influx of ticket sales. Same for Puss in Boots. So I think that it's possible that in a few weeks, a little bit of steam picks up again to get this movie at least to make its budget back. But it is concerning that Paramount is already considering it, like putting it on streaming services or, well, digital releases, which is so stupid. There's been a lot of really weird choices or decisions like this regarding the movie, especially with marketing. Between making it out to be a full-on serious comedy, with the first trailer especially, despite this being far from the truth, especially in certain scenes of the movie, and also the baffling casting choices for dubs all around the world, I haven't seen a single person, like, outside of the US not complain about their dub. Especially the Mexican dub, I think, was really awful from the looks of it, and a huge campaign on Twitter. So, yeah, I don't know what was going on there, and it's no surprise that everyone on Twitter, no matter which country you're from, has been, like, saying, fire the marketing team from TF1. So, overall, while it isn't a good situation for the movie to be in, I also don't think fans should be terribly worried. Everyone who has watched it, especially the cast and crew on Twitter, have been rallying behind this, so it gets a sequel made. I think it's hashtag SaveTF1. So there's definitely interest in this, and considering Paramount still decided to greenlight that G.I. Joe crossover episode, well, not episode, movie! Crossover movie, despite Rise of the Beast also not doing too well in the box office, I don't think this will be the last thing we see of the TF1 universe. But if you're not as optimistic as I am with this whole thing, show your support by actually watching the movie. It's a great movie. Tell your friends, your family, your dogs to go watch it. show you want more of this with the only true love of the XX: money. With the biggest topic out of the way, we can now move on to other parts of the Transformers franchise this year, which is kind of funny, kind of sad at the same time. Let's talk about the main thing about Transformers, what started it all and continues to be the strongest point in the franchise: toys. For a bit of context, while I've been a passive TF fan since I was little, it was until a year or two ago that I actually got invested in the franchise and newer toys. So it's been a blast seeing all the new studio series, all the legacy ones and the other lines, like to bring new life into these characters, and I've loved most of them. So, in terms of reveals and excitement for the 40th anniversary, did they deliver? Oh. Oh no. Well, to be completely fair to Toylands, this year has brought us a lot of great figures, from the AMK Jello Parks of TF1, Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime being regarded as one of the best figures ever, despite the backpack, tidal wave, and a lot of other great figures. So, I haven't seen much complaints towards the actual figures themselves, but more so to the surprisingly disappointing reveals. Between the weird live streams and the especially bad one in Transformers Day showing basically nothing new, and the lackluster repaints, definitely feels that we could be getting way better than this, especially in this later half of the year. While not terrible figures, I especially find it dumb that the Transformers 1 figures are all deluxes, besides Sentinel, which doesn't even come out this year. Come on, these figures all deserve better, especially since they're canonically huge. It's also disappointing from leaked listings that all the exciting figures come next year. So I don't think this year has been terrible for figures, but for a 40-year anniversary, I hope next year does have more variety that favorites fans have wanted for a while now. Cause yeah, the 86 line is really great, but FYI, not every TF fan loves G1 the most, and certainly not lackluster figures such as... oh god. And last but not least, or wait, maybe actually least, the TV shows and game side of TF. This for a while has been the most lackluster side of the franchise, from what I've seen at least, and not just this year but in general. While many loved Earthspark when it first came out, Season 2 has been less than stellar from what I've heard. I haven't actually watched the show, so I can't really comment on it. I've only watched a couple of scenes, like the storyboard one, which was really great. The only thing that I've really seen is that the animation looks way worse, which isn't great. So, yeah. But at least if you're a fan of it, it looks like they might be continuing it in their plans, at least until Season 3. And then they might can it, but we'll get another show, apparently, from the roadmap. So, it's not all lost. That said though, we did get a short animation from Studio Trigger, which actually referenced Earthspark, and not just Earthspark, but the entire 40th anniversary history of Transformers, which was personally one of the highlights of this celebration. It was a really good animation, really well made, and reference for days, especially Beavers! Prime! That was awesome. I did not expect Armada. Well, Armada yes, but Prime and Beavers? That's awesome. But with peaks, there also comes lows. The games, or lack thereof. While TF has had many great collabs this year with other games like Overwatch 2 and even Minecraft like last week, which was pretty cool, I think, they haven't really done anything of their own. Reactivate? Oh boy, mark my words, that game is never coming out. And if it does, it will not be a good game. I'm certain of it. I'm calling it. I've seen so much drama and copium surrounding this game that it's unreal. And the less I think about this game, the better. Also, if you were one of the 4 people that still played Angry Birds Transformers, well, say goodbye to that as well because it's getting shut down. The only silver lining I can think of is that there might be a proper game for Transformers coming at some point, because I think Microsoft listed like 2 games or an update of some sorts in their website, and people thought that it was going to be like a re-release of War for Cybertron or something like that. So it could be anything. It could be a re-release or a secret project. We don't know until we get like solid confirmation of anything happening in the game department. I am not confident at all, and yeah, this is by far the worst aspect of the franchise right now. Everything else I've been like, yeah, it's kind of disappointing, but it's not that bad. No, this one is bad. It's really bad, especially for the 40th anniversary, like I'm saying. So, happy anniversary, gamers! So, to wrap things up, what is my answer to the title of the video? The answer is yes. It's been a little disappointing, but it hasn't been bad, if that makes sense. This year has had its ups and downs when it comes to media and toys, but I wouldn't call it the worst of all. This and the last couple of years have been some of the most active and exciting that I've seen for Transformers. Even if the movie didn't really do that well in the box office, and overall the Transformers movies might be out of the blockbuster millions, hundreds of millions of dollars department. I don't think that makes them bad movies. Like I've said, everyone says TF1 is the best Transformers movie and one of the best animated movies of the year, so it's not that people don't like them. It's just that they're not making as much money as we would hope. What matters at the end of the day is that you enjoy what's coming out. And while I certainly don't like everything, I don't think the franchise is suddenly going to collapse and die. My only hope is that it thrives instead. There's a bright future ahead, I think, and it's up to the studios and Hasbro to push the extra mile, just a little bit more. And for us, the fans, all we have to do is not lose hope or get really mad at every single thing that happens. So yes, do not lose hope. I am Optimus Prime, and this is a message. No, just messing with you. So those are my thoughts on the 40th anniversary, a mix of good and bad, which isn't great to celebrate such a milestone, but the fact that we got to this milestone shows that both Hasbro and the fans are not ready to just throw away this franchise just because of a few setbacks. So stay positive, I'm Flames, and I'll see you in another video.